Hey folks, it's Mark and Bob with Fire Mountain Outdoors. Thanks for joining us today. Today we're revisiting the SB15.
And here again we have a trusty wrench, and this nail is poking up here a little bit. And that's in much better shape now.
And that wrench makes a great hammer, Bob.
Sure does.
Stick around. Hey folks, obviously we really like the SB15 because the stable has grown from the original one that we did to a total of 4 now.
Yeah, and you know, Sauer has come up with this. It was originally intended to be used as a brace on the arm. We found other ways to use it, and it's become like you said, it's been a stable, and so now we just keep adding more and more.
That's right. We like the SB15 stabilizing brace on the pistol because it makes a really compact weapon. Shorter means lighter, means more maneuverable in vehicles or in hallways or confined spaces, and it also allows us to add suppressors on a short barrel to bring near rifle length 16-inch barrel overall lengths, but without having to get an SBR stamp.
Right.
Why don't you tell us about this one, Bob?
Well, on this one, you know, I was always coming over here and oogling over Mark's SB15 pistol. I figured I had to have my own, so this was my latest build. Wanted to use all Pacific Northwest manufacturers as much as I could on this, just to kind of go with the theme. Went with a Seekins handguard on this. We've got an Olympic barrel and upper receiver. Aero Precision made a real cool Ghost Gun lower that I put this on, and you know, ended up going with an ergo grip, and of course the SIGTAC SB15.
This one here is what I call my mouse gun. This is using a surplus arms and ammo lower, and I've got a Noveske Chainsaw upper on here. I'm running a CMMG 22 caliber conversion kit in here that I run Black Dog 22 mags. So I had a CMMG dedicated 22 rifle barrel that I had Brad cut down to 4.5 inches to try and keep standard bulk pack ammo subsonic. And then I've got a Clandestine C3 suppressor on this. So this is it's a really light, compact 22 that's great for walking around in the woods with. I've equipped it with primary arms, little red dot on here, and this is the scourge of small vermin. This one here is the one that started it all. Here, Bob, why don't you tell us about the optics and stuff on there and what we've got?
We've got the EOTech EXPS2 holographic weapon sight and the EOTech trippler. And so we're currently running this on this 5.56 platform. And again, we're using a surplus ammo and arms lower on this, made by Aero Precision. And you know, just a run-of-the-mill upper on this.
Yep. Just standard pistol upper. That's a good point on the grip there, Bob. We did discover that we like a steeper grip angle with the SB15. If you're using the wrench as a hammer and shouldering it, your wrist angle changes because normally if you were in a blade style, your wrist is naturally canted more in the A2. But when you're more up front like this, it wants to be steeper, and a steeper grip works really well. That's a BCM Mod 3. Those are my favorite because they're inexpensive and they fit my hand well. Another thing that I really like, and I really like these crank styles for the SB15, because if you were going to shoot this from the hip or down low, if you had a traditional muzzle brake here, all of that blast is directed up towards your face, and the sound would be reflected off of any hard surface that you have. I really like these cranks on the short barreled weapons because it focuses all of the muzzle blast downrange.
They do a great job of that. That's why I went with the same sort of deal on the pistol I put together.
This one here,
it's like a rifle, Mark.
I know, it is very long, Bob, and the reason that it's long is because I have a Thunder Beast 30P1 suppressor on here. You know, that is the beauty of building a pistol and using the SB15. you can have the shorter barrel and add the suppressor length that you want to that barrel and still keep it manageable. If I had built this as a 16-inch rifle, the barrel end would be up here, and then the end of the suppressor would be here. It'd be like carrying around a flagpole, people. So that's one of the benefits of having an SBR or an AR pistol, is the ability to make it shorter. And I really like the cosmetics and the looks of having a longer rifle length handguard and sticking the suppressor down in and having that protrusion there.
You want to talk about the receiver on this one?
You know, this is a receiver that we had engraved with our FMO logo and Sasquatch, and it's my favorite. I really like that. It's got a 300 blackout dust cover. You can see a review for that right here, because we like to identify. If you start getting a plethora of weapons in different calibers, sometimes it can be hard to differentiate what's what. So that's a great item. And this is my silent sledgehammer when I'm running 245 grain subsonic ammo. This is just a nice short compact weapon that's really quiet. It's fun to shoot.
Sure is. So we've got all these out here. You know, we can either put them back in the safe or we can throw a few rounds down range.
Well, I think we're going to throw a few rounds down range, Bob, because we got them out. For crying out loud, we can't help but shoot them. You know, one thing I did want to talk about, the SB15, you'll notice that if you watch the original video, which the link is right here, if you look at that, you'll see that when whoever it was with the big hairy hands installed it, it got the SB15 was mashed clear up against the receiver. That made it really nice because it was compact and short, but we found with experience that if it was that short, my big old nose ended up being right over the charging handle and the gases that escaped, especially if you're running suppressed. So it was then decided to lengthen the length of pull, mainly because our arms are longer. If we were going to use it as intended, then that would give you more leverage, but it also makes it easier and puts it in a more natural position. So on all of these, we've sacrificed some overall length or overall shortness for some shooter comfort and a better, more natural cheek weld.
That's right, because if you have a real crook in your wrist when you're trying to do that, it doesn't make it real comfortable, and you really don't want to shoot it. Having the steeper grip angle on these and with a little bit longer length of pull makes them a great weapon. Makes
the ergos just right.
Exactly.
Well, let's quit chatting and start shooting.
I'm all for it.
So Bob, what you shooting right now?
We've got the one that started it all. This is the one that Sasquatch actually worked on himself. And running this with the EOTech. Haven't sighted it in yet. We're going to see how close we are to on target.
Right on. We're shooting at a 12-inch gong from Steel Horse Customs down there. It's about 40 yards out.
All right, Mark, what do you have?
Well, what I have here is my mouse gun. This is a lightweight 22 pistol build that I did that has the C3 clandestine suppressor. Shooting some very premium, expensive, generic 22 ammo right now.
It sounds so cute.
Ba-ding, ba-ding. I love shooting steel. Bob, what pistol are you shooting now?
The pistol I'm shooting is one that you built. Smart Alec. This is actually a 300 blackout pistol. It looks to be rifle length, but as you know, we've got this suppressed, and so the barrel is actually quite shorter. It's got 245 grain lead cast bullets, and we're going to send a few rounds down range.
All right, I'm going to shoot Bob's little wonderful machine right here. Well, it's worth noting that I didn't hit the gong once, but it shot fun. So there we have it, Bob.
There we do. Sauer SIGTAC SB15, made for the AR-15. Possibly one of the greatest advancements in AR-15 pistol technology in the last 10 or 15 years.
That's right. You know, you folks are going to want to make sure that you're in full compliance with the law. So click on this video right here. We go into detail about the legalities. You know, you can't install this on a firearm that originally was a rifle. You can't put a short barrel and a thing. It has to be a pistol. So click and watch this other video for a full understanding of all the legalities. But the SB15, we love them here, obviously.
Right. And you know, frankly, if the SB15 didn't come out, I wouldn't own this pistol today. I'm not sure if you'd own your pistol. No,
you know, I mean, they are a compact weapon, but they're a very, 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 very large, bulky pistol with a lot of protuberances that's hard to conceal, or it's a piss poor rifle substitute.
Right.
So that was always the niche that they fit into. I mean, they look kind of cool, but they had no practical function for me. The addition of this makes this, whether you use it as intended as a stabilizing brace or misuse it by shouldering it, makes this a dang fine compact weapon.
That's right. And if you are in a state that's compliant and you have your concealed carry permit where you can have a loaded pistol in your vehicle, you know, something like this, you can have that in your vehicle loaded, ready to go to eradicate coyotes or possums or what have you. Or, you know, if you had an SBR, you know, which just kind of mimics, you cannot have that loaded in your car in the state of Washington.
Yep. So, hey, thanks for watching the recap of the SB15. This is one of our favorite accessories. And go ahead and go back through the video, click on all those other links that we put buttons up, and see some of the other cool stuff about here. And as always,
like and subscribe.
And thanks for watching. I gotta come up with a different line. Thanks for watching.
Keep up the good fight.
You know, something.
Lay your arms down.
You know, something catchy. Like, oh, wash your hands and shoot straight, or don't
always carry toilet paper.
Right. Don't poop where you eat, and don't leave your electronic sites with no automatic shut off on in the safe.
There you go. Thanks for watching.